I loved Robin Williams. I don't think he's dead.
Where do you think he is?
Shape-shifted.
Number 10, the polygamous pastor. Going into a 2015 episode of Dr. Phil, it seemed like the fact that a 61-year-old pastor named Tom Miller was practicing polygamy and had 2 wives would be framed as the issue. But there was a much more troubling problem. One of the women, Reba, was 19 years old and pregnant with Tom's child.
When I found out I was pregnant, it was the most exciting thing.
But she originally met Miller when she was younger.
Now, you met Tom when you were 8, right?
I believe I was 8 when I met him.
Seeing him try to dance around the circumstances and possible consequences was incredibly uncomfortable. Looking back at the segment now, it's hard to understand why the show gave a platform to talk about his questionable relationship with Reba at all.
We're just praying. We are just literally taking it day by day and trying to keep what's left of our family together.
Number 9, Second Coming. Sometimes Phil McGraw has guests that need professional help much more than they need to be gawked at on the TV screen. 19-year-old Hayley is one such person who didn't need cameras to broadcast her issues. She claims she was 9 months pregnant with Jesus Christ.
I know it's Jesus. I don't care if my family disowns me. It really comes down to if you're a true believer in Jesus or not.
While her family didn't believe she was pregnant, she was adamant. So Phil issued an ultrasound stunt that showed no baby. Hayley refused to believe it while claiming rapper Eminem is her biological father.
You have told people Eminem's your father.
Yeah. There's this picture of me when I was little. It's on my Facebook.
I've seen the picture.
Yeah.
After getting treatment, she had come to terms with the fact that she was never pregnant. But Hayley still stuck by her beliefs about her family tree.
And if you show this Dr. Phil a still image of Hayley's next to what an ultrasound would look like this far along, at 8.5 months, the baby is almost fully developed.
Number 8, making a victim's family member look bad. In 1996, the world was shocked by the slaying of the young JonBenet Ramsey.
I was her age. She would be my age now. She would be pursuing her own career. Once you realize, she never got to grow up.
Years after the culprit remained unknown, Dr. Phil decided to interview her brother Burke in a 3-part show.
When you look back, was Christmas like a really big deal at your house?
Yeah.
Instead of being sensitive and caring, the host is accusatory throughout. He questioned why Burke, a child at the time, stayed in bed when his family searched for JonBenet.
What else did she say? Did you know she was looking for JonBenet?
I remember her saying, "Where's my baby? Where's my baby?"
So after she left, what did you do?
I just laid there and didn't really know what else to do.
During the interview, Burke is clearly uncomfortable, with a nervous smile on his face. The expression caused many viewers to believe that Burke was hiding something. After his appearance, he stated he wouldn't do another public interview again. Dr. Phil's difficult and inappropriate questions easily explain why.
Are you surprised that people continue to treat you as a suspect?
It blows my mind. What more evidence do you need that we didn't do it?
Number 7, family obsession. For years, Phil was captivated by one family. It all began in 2003, when a woman named Erin was preparing to separate from her husband.
If you weren't the controller you were, you wouldn't have shaped against all odds a wonderful and loving home for those children. You wouldn't have kept this together.
Upon hearing their young daughter Alexandra was pregnant, she decided to work on her marriage while attending to her daughter. But that was just the tip of the iceberg for their family drama. Over the years, Dr. Phil kept bringing them back as they dealt with domestic issues, addictive behavior, and legal troubles.
145 days ago, I was living in a seedy hotel room, and I had no clothes, no money, no nothing. And today I sit here as a recovered drug addict and alcoholic.
It almost felt like the family was dragged out every time the show needed a ratings boost or scapegoats to judge. Rewatching any of their episodes feels more cringeworthy than compelling.
You said some things pretty specific about that. You said, Alexandra, how about if you take care of the 3 that you have now and then decide if you want to have more children?
I did say that to her.
Number 6, an intoxicated guest. In late 2020, a news story came out about Jolene McCabe. She was reportedly assaulted by the police after getting into an argument with them after she relapsed and got drunk.
Her drinking is constant. Her drink of choice is box wine and beer.
In 2021, Dr. Phil decided to bring her and her husband out. But at the time, McCabe was clearly very, very drunk.
So if you want help, you need to sit in that chair and you need to stay there or we're done. It's up to you. Do what you want. It's up to you.
Sit down and stay there.
Asking someone questions while they're intoxicated is an ethical issue that Dr. Phil should have avoided instead of exploited. But this isn't the first time that this has happened. When Survivor China winner Todd Herzog appeared, he too was heavily intoxicated.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, of course I know who you are.
He later claimed that the show ensured multiple substances were made available to him right before his appearance, but the show denied they were responsible. Number 5, toxic environment. Several former staff members of the Dr. Phil show made accusations about the toxic work environment behind the scenes in 2022. Employees claim that they were repeatedly mistreated and yelled at by senior staff. Prior to a segment, team members that worked on the show were allegedly encouraged to ensure the guests were in the worst state possible. There were also that senior staff didn't want guests to be people of colour.
5 employees alleged in the story that senior producers made fun of guests on the show, specifically people of colour.
For a series that's geared towards treating people well and making their lives better, it's not a good look to have so many negative complaints. While the show has largely called these dark claims out as false, it's hard to look at the programme in the same light.
Several former employees discussed the effect that working on the show had on their mental health, with one alleging, "This show destroyed me mentally, emotionally, and physically."
Number 4, imposter pregnancy. Sometimes the show likes to portray one person as a clear villain in a story. In 2022, that role was given to Gabby. She would promise couples they could adopt her baby despite not being pregnant.
I have heard stories about how Gabby affected some couples and devastated them. I regret that most sincerely.
After lying to multiple people, Phil had some of the victims confront her on stage. But it was clear that Gabby had issues of her own. Her own struggles with infertility, health problems, and her mental health all emerged.
She needs help. It's obvious. And it's, if nothing else, I just want her to be able to work through this. Whatever she's going through, never hurts to ask for help. And there are people out there willing to help you.
After being on stage, Gabby gets overwhelmed and exits. The show still frames her as a willful villain when the reality is more complicated and tragic.
Why do you think you felt that way?
I don't know, but I'm done. Sweetie, let him talk to you.
If the show really wanted to dive into her issues, they wouldn't have opened Gabby up to additional pressure and scrutiny. Number 3, Nick Gordon's breakdown. 3 years after the death of Whitney Houston, her daughter Bobby Christina Brown was found unconscious in an eerily similar way within a bathtub. While she was in a coma, Dr. Phil decided to interview her partner, Nick Gordon. He was still struggling with the loss of Whitney and Bobby.
Calm down, okay?
I can't.
Yes, you can.
Mom, I lost the most legendary singer ever, and I'm scared to lose Chrissy.
When Gordon appeared, he was heavily distressed and extremely off balance. To make matters worse, Dr. Phil told his guests to man up while highlighting sensitive issues.
You can't help Bobby Christina the way you are. You can't help Chrissy like this. This is not helping.
You're right. You got
to get yourself cleaned up. You got to man up. You got to straighten up.
Gordon went to rehab after the episode. Unfortunately, he passed away from an overdose in 2020.
The 30-year-old died New Year's Day of an apparent drug overdose. Gordon, you may recall, was the longtime boyfriend of Bobby Christina Brown.
Gordon's tragic passing makes this interview nearly impossible to watch now. Number 2, exploiting Duvall. The show seems to have a habit of exploiting vulnerable celebrities at their lowest points. In 2016, Shelley Duvall appeared to be the target. After ending her acting career, she was contacted by a producer for the Dr. Phil show to conduct this interview. The program chooses to focus on Duvall's most unrealistic claims. Her theories about deceased actors being alive and concerns about fictional enemies are broadcast for all to see.
I loved Robin Williams. I don't think he's dead.
Where do you think he is?
Shape-shifting.
In the wake of the interview, the show was blasted by Duvall's loved ones and general critics for how insensitive it felt.
And the daughter of the Shining director Stanley Kubrick also posted an open letter on Twitter, calling the interview lurid and exploitative entertainment.
In 2021, Duvall said that several of her loved ones warned her against talking to Dr. Phil at the time. Their concerns were certainly justified.
Stars descent into mental illness.
The man who's threatening me is the sheriff of Nottingham.
Number 1, Turnabout Ranch. When young people appear on the show, they're often recommended to go to the Turnabout Ranch in Utah to sort out behavior issues. That was the case for Danielle Cash Me Outside Brogoli after her appearance in 2016. She later spoke out that she and other patients were mistreated by staff. Brogoli detailed what went wrong in a shocking video.
This place is all about taking away privileges. Like, okay, yeah, the phone is a privilege, TV, like all that. But they take away like necessity privileges, like sleeping on a bed, eating good food, not being cold.
In February 2021, Hannah Archuleta, who appeared on Dr. Phil in 2019, sued the ranch for their misdeeds. During her time there, she claimed that she was assaulted numerous times by a staff member. When Hannah tried to tell other staff, she was punished for it with inhumane tasks.
I expected to be treated with understanding. Instead, I experienced retaliation from the ranch after I spoke up.
These shocking claims make any mention of the ranch on the show incredibly dark.
Now, my attempts to reach the ranch's executive director were unsuccessful today.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.